Hello viewers, in this video we're going to see how to encrypt and decrypt a message with PGP keys. By the way, PGP is pretty good privacy, right? We're going to see intro to encryption and decryption and how to encrypt and decrypt a message with PGP keys using Cleopatra UI and also Java programming. So let's get started. So there are two types of encryptions, symmetric and asymmetric. Our focus in this video is totally asymmetric. Symmetric means using a single key to encrypt and decrypt, whereas asymmetric encryption type involves two different keys. One is a public key and a private key. So how to encrypt? We take a message, for example, here it is, hey, this is a test message. We can encrypt this message using a public key. And encryption is masking the actual message with some special characters, alphanumeric characters, or something which is non-human readable. That's what encryption means. So we can encrypt any text or a file using a public key. We'll see how to generate this in a minute. And we'll also decrypt the encrypted message using our private key. So that's how encryption and decryption happens. Both public key and private key are generated at once, and we can use public key to encrypt a human readable message and private key to decrypt a non-human readable message. Let's understand a bit with example. This is a very famous example, by the way, right? Alice wants to send a message to Bob. There are two users here, Alice and Bob. Each and every user has their own public key and private key. Keys are nothing but strings which are saved to a file with extension .pgp. So we'll generate two different keys. Alice can generate two different keys on his side. Bob is going to generate two different keys on his side. Now Alice wants to send a message to Bob, but before sending to Bob, he must encrypt it. He must encrypt it with Bob's public key. The first step is Alice is going to write a message and then encrypt it with Bob's public key. Because it's a public key, Bob can share his public key to Alice. The second step is Alice sends this encrypted message to Bob. Say it may be with whatever source, right? You can send it in an email or text or envelope, whatever it may be. And third step is Bob receives an encrypted message. And even that's human readable, right? That's not human readable, right? So he has to decrypt it. So Bob is going to decrypt that message using his private key, which is Bob underscore PRV underscore PGP. Now he can decrypt it to read the actual message sent by Alice. So that's how a handshake happens between these two users with an encrypted message. But what if I want to send an encrypted message to myself? First of all, in what case I want to send an encrypted message to myself? This happens in case of explaining. Yes, I don't have another user. I have to explain it. So I have to send an encrypted message to myself. In this way, I encrypt a message with my public key and I'll send an encrypted message to myself, and I'm going to decrypt the same message using my private key, which is my prv.pgp, because that's what we're going to do. So let's jump into action.